Why would a grown man create stupid like this? In this video, I want to delve deeper into the reasons and give you 3 explanations why I created this video at this very moment. A small disclaimer, by the end you might still wonder why I don't just give up and learn how to dance like everyone else. Ever since I got my 360 cam, I have wanted to use it for drone-like shots with VFX. I have the extended selfie stick, which goes up to 3 meters plus your own height, so it can be close to 5 meters in total. Now the camera resolution is around 6K, so you can get a pretty decent reframing to vertical videos in 1080p. But how good is the quality? Is it good enough for 3D camera tracking and VFX? I would say it depends more on the scene and the environment you are shooting in. The quality in reframed 9x16 is comparable to basic mobile phone 1080p footage, so it is very usable for social media videos. I started the post-production by importing the reframed footage into After Effects. First thing I did was the 3D camera tracking, which had some trouble finding the ground, even though it was a tiled surface. I wish I had placed some markers there. Next I removed all the shadows from the footage, but why it looks so much worse now? Let's talk about shadows for a sec. You know, when you create CG shadows, many times you want to use multiply to layer them on top of your video. But if you have existing shadows, they will be multiplied too. It will break the illusion, because that's not how shadows work in real life. They all merge into one large shadow. There is no hard shadow inside a hard shadow. I used a combination of content-aware fill and 3D texture projection to remove the shadows. The guy with the mini bike was completely removed and then rotoscoped back without a shadow. For the lamppost, an image created with Photoshop's generative fill was placed flat to the ground. I then exported the tracking data to Blender using Blender AE add-on. I came up with this idea of placing huge, fuzzy dices to the spot, because why not? And I wanted the guy with the mini bike to hit them hard and make them bounce like they would in real life. Blender is my tool of choice, so I used rigid body simulation. There is no rope simulation in Blender, so I ended up using spring constraints and added a cloth simulation to the ropes. Fuzzy dices are not fuzzy without hair, so I added some good old hair dynamics. And finally, I had a dice rig with 3 separate simulations working together: rigid body simulation, cloth simulation, and hair particles. The render part was easy. I just created the materials for the dice and matched the lighting with the footage. Plus, I also recreated the shadows for the lamppost and mini bike. And tracked the movement, of course. Then back to After Effects and started compositing everything. A lot of stuff happened here, but the basic idea is to match levels, grain and focus for each element you bring to the composition. Finally added some color grading, motion blur and a little bit of sound effects, and it was ready to export. To recap what I learned while creating this: how to use 360 camera as a drone, how to remove and recreate shadows completely, and how to build a dice rig with physics simulations. Thanks for watching and keep on crafting the impossible. I know I will.